Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. At this time, I would like to welcome Ms. Nelta, and she will lead us in our opening meditation.
Good morning. If you would please join me in the morning meditation. Thank you. So just gently close your eyes, taking a few deep cleansing breaths. Invite the relaxation. Let go, allowing yourself to remember your body, mind, and spirit connection. As you relax all the muscles in your face, just breathe, taking it down to your neck, shoulders, and torso. Feel yourself let go as you go down to your legs and down through your feet. Take in a few more deep cleansing breaths. And just allow that relaxation. The living spirit is right where I am, within, around, and through me. I am in spirit. Spirit is in me. Spirit knows in me. Spirit sees through me. Thinks in my mind. Acts through my act. Feel yourself go deeper into a state of relaxation. Just let go and allow. This well, spring of life, flowing up through me, knows no obstruction, no congestion, no imperfection. There is a pattern of perfection at the center of my being, a divine and healthy pattern of wholeness. Every organ, action, and function of my being is spiritual. The spirit is perfect in every part of my being. Just breathe in the knowing. There is that within me which knows I am not only one with this power is actually flowing through me now. I am not only unified with the divine presence around me, this presence is my presence. It is the presence of my real and true self. I am forever one with life. Take a few moments and enjoy being in the knowing. I live in peace, in joy, and in perfect life. And if you will, gently bring yourself back into this room. Gently open your eyes and wiggle your fingers and toes. And so it is.
All right, now it's time for our vision and mission statement. Please stand and let us read together our vision and mission statement along with the declaration of principles. Our mission statement, CSL West Georgia, is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to experience compassionate living. Now, the Declaration of Principles. I believe there is one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now and I rejoice in it, and so it is.
All right, please remain standing, and we're going to do our gratitude song. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. And I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. And I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Let's do it one more time. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. And I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Yeah. We got a special treat for you this morning. We've got two superstar singers coming up here to sing for us. Come on, kids, get up here. And I promised them that you would clap along with the song, along with the song. Okay, this is Giovanni and Amani, and they're going to sing This Little Light of Mine. As soon as they get all in position. Okay, microphone up, 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 up. Giovanni. We're getting it together, folks. Just give us a minute. It's worth the wait, believe me. This little light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
okay, let's do the every day now, okay? Every day, every day,
I'm gonna let it shine.
every day, every day.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Okay, let's do this little light of mine. And all of you are invited to sing along, okay? This little light, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it
shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
one more time, come on.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine,
Let it shine. All right, folks. Woo! Thank you, Amani and Giovanni. Thank you so much. And you did good too, Connie. You weren't bad. Oh gosh, what's that? Connie wasn't bad either. Okay. Not too shabby, Connie. You know, you never want to follow kids or dogs, right? In show business. Okay, we're gonna sing A Million Little Miracles for you. Okay.
Oh,
We're
you
next.
gonna sing
Yeah,
that song?
we're next. What?
All right. Now we will have a reading by Miss Gloria
Oh,
Reed.
it is. Okay. Okay.
All
I
right.
know, I'm on a roll.
She's ready,
I was so excited about the kids. Gloria.
All right, I picked my favorite person to read, and that's Ernest Holmes. And this comes from the Science of Mind magazine.
Okay.
Let us look backward nearly 2,000 years and listen to the words of wisdom of the one whose spiritual genius stands out so boldly across the pages of human history. For if there were anyone who ever lived who knew the answers to the problems of humanity, it was Jesus the Christ. Jesus most certainly said that the kingdom of God is within us, that every individual life is rooted in the living spirit, that every person has a direct, immediate, and personal relationship to this living spirit. Jesus, who understood life better than anyone else, said, "It is done unto you as you believe." But he added, "Who by taking thought can add 1 cubit to his nature?" At first, this seems a contradiction until we understand its meaning. When we discover the energy in nature and how to use it, we realize that it's not because of our willpower or by taking thought that it operates. For our taking thought and our will were merely our mental instruments we use to discover something that is self-operating. We take thought and make it a conscious decision when we wire a building for electric lights. And yet our thought does not create the energy that lights the building. It merely channels it and it decides how we are going to use it. We're always using the silent forces in nature that seem to be flowing through everything and everyone. For instance, we can set up a generator by a waterfall, and the waterfall can power the generator. which is a mechanical device. But when and how we use that power is our will and our choice. Jesus used this energy to heal the sick and to raise the dead, to give sight to the blind, and in 100 other ways. What Jesus said was, "What I have done, you can also do." He said, "Watch what I'm doing, learn how to do it for yourself." But in some peculiar way, we have tried to interpret the words of Jesus as though they didn't mean exactly what they said. As a matter of fact, Jesus meant what he said and said what he meant, nothing more and nothing less. This is the great mistake we have made. This is the error we have fallen into. The divine energy and the law of good which Jesus used were as natural and real to him as the laws of physics are to a physicist. Jesus was not the great exception. He was the great example. He was the way shower. Now, there are two courses we can take. We can deny the whole thing and say it's too good to be true or that it's an idle dream. Or we can conclude that the whole scheme of things must make sense and there must be a way, a truth, and a life. We can actually believe that Jesus meant what he said when he told us that he came to bear witness to the truth that God is right where we are, that the law of good is available. And this is the path we wish to follow. At first, it may seem dim with the signpost blurred, but gradually, like a pilgrim of old, as we make the ascent from the canyons of unbelief to the mountaintops of realization, we shall find that with each step in our progress, our burdens fall away and depart like thieves in the night. A man once said to me, "How do you know that what you believe is not an illusion?" Perhaps it is just wishful thinking, a flight of fancy in your own imagination. He asked, "How do you know?" And what do you suppose I asked him? I said, "Suppose you take someone who seems alone and friendless, so lonely he doesn't know what to do with himself, and get him to count the rosary of faith with definite thought and feeling every day over a period of time. And after a while, he comes to you and says, 'My whole life has changed. Everywhere I go, I meet with love and friendship.' Do you think you could convince that man that he has been lost in a fantastic dream or merely submerged in wishful thinking? Of course not." I said to my friend, "In this, as in everything else, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And if through spiritual power, through prayer or faith or meditation or whatever one chooses to call it, good can be brought into this life, which harms no one but increases the individual's livingness, then that person will become thoroughly convinced that there is a power greater than he is, a power of good, and he can use it." And so this is the position we find ourselves in today, you and I. Day by day, we are getting better and better. Or day by day, we are following the same monotonous path of uncertainty. For we all have knots in our string of life we would like to retie. This will call for a little self-training, but it is worthwhile. And surely it is up to us to make the experiment. No doubt the greatest experiment we can or shall ever make. The adventure of self-discovery, of self-realization, the adventure of finding the real self hidden beneath all the doubts and fears and uncertainties that we all would like to be. Thank you.
Now it's my turn. Okay, now it's our turn. I was trying to rush things. One of my favorite songs we're going to do this morning called "A Million Little Miracles." And you're welcome to sing along. All my life I've been carried by grace. Don't ask me how, 'cause I can't explain. It's nothing short of a miracle around here. I've got some blessings that I don't deserve. I've got some scars, but that's how you learn. There's nothing short of a miracle around here. I think it over and it doesn't add up. I know it comes from above. I've got miracles on miracles, a million little miracles, miracles on miracles. Count your miracles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count them all. You hold me steady so I wouldn't give up. You open doors that nobody could shut. I hope I never get over what you've done. I wanna live with an open heart. I wanna live like I know who you are. I hope I never get over what you've done. It's not coincidence and it's not luck. I know it comes from above. I've got miracles on miracles, a million little miracles, miracles on miracles. Count your miracles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count them all. You're welcome to sing with us. I've got miracles on miracles, a million little miracles. I know you've all got them. Miracles on miracles. Count your miracles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count them all. I can't even count them all. I can't even count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count them all. All right. Thank you.
All right, and now we are privileged to have Dr. Tamara Stevens back with us this morning. Today, she will be speaking to us about embracing perfect imperfection. Please welcome Dr. Tamara Stevens to the podium.
Thank you. Who is? Yeah. Just a little bit. Okay, I think that's better. Good morning. Good morning. I am so grateful to be here. I think every time Miss Sandy has asked me to come, I have this natural nervousness about coming. But I'm also really excited, so it's this conflict. Am I excited? Am I nervous? Do I want to do it? But I always do. I always do. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. This is the third time that I have been here at CSL, and I really can't believe it. Like, can you believe it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, third time. And let me see. The first time I talked about the divinity of self love, and I hope you walked away from that understanding and remembering how important and how godlike it is for us to love ourselves. And then the second time we talked about creating evidence of your own limitlessness and our responsibility in making sure that we're doing the things to prove that we are limitless, that we have limit beyond our own imagination. When we do those activities that work on our inner being, the outside just kind of falls into place, doesn't it? When we really take focus and we focus on what's happening inside and how can I improve what's going on inside. So hopefully me being here is as valuable to you as it has been for me, truly, truly. So today we're talking about embracing perfect imperfection. And a couple of days ago, I said that to my future daughter-in-law. I said, yeah, I'll be talking at the Spiritual Center again, and my topic is embracing perfect imperfection. And she was like, what? She looked at me and gave me that look like, what does that mean? And so I thought about her reaction. I kind of explained it to her, but I thought about her reaction, and I said, well, maybe I should offer a little bit of insight into what I mean by perfect imperfection. And basically, even those things that we see as imperfect, the things that happen in our life that aren't exactly what we want, they always have a tendency to be perfectly designed for what we need to become the next version of us. By embracing things that seem imperfect, situations or circumstances that just don't seem perfect, when we embrace it, we actually open ourselves up to enjoying more of our life experience. Because in this life, it is the imperfections that prepare us for the future version of ourselves. And honestly, we're always going to be preparing for the next version of ourselves, right? It's going to be constant in our lives. And so we don't learn to embrace it in the times that it's happening. Before we know it, life has passed us by, only looking for it perfect, right? So I'll say, like most people, I can very easily imagine, and I'm probably striving for perfection in most areas of my life. I can imagine the perfect income, the perfect source of income, the perfect bank account, perfect relationships, even a perfect wardrobe and weight. You know, I could get it all, I could just shovel this thing all the way down to the basics, right? Everything. I can envision what that looks like. But what I've realized over the years is that when I solely focus on the perfections to be had in the future, I often forget to be grateful for the perfection that's right in front of me, the perfection that I'm experiencing in any moment. I also often forget that in most cases, the life that I'm currently living is a life of perfection I was striving for so many years before. So when I think about that and I think about those imperfect moments that I had before while I was striving to get here, I can only think, I wish I would have been grateful for those moments back then, right? One of the best examples that I have of this is my career journey. Um, I used to be a CNA, a certified nursing assistant. And I don't know if you know much about certified nursing assistants, but most of the time they work in nursing homes and they take care of the elderly population. So for 5 years, I was a CNA and I was in school. I was working to become a registered nurse. But for those 5 years of my life, I struggled with being a CNA. I felt underappreciated. I felt unimportant. I certainly was underpaid. CNAs across this nation are underpaid. Just FYI, if anybody wants to advocate for CNAs, they're underpaid. They do a huge, important job and just don't make enough money. But at the time, again, I was in school. I was working towards my degree in nursing. Uh, um, and for that entire time of me struggling, I felt like I was in a state of flux. You ever have that state where you're just like, ugh, you're gritting your teeth, you're holding your breath? Because in my eyes, my job wasn't perfect by any means, but I was striving for the perfect job of being a registered nurse. And that's what I could think about. This isn't right, but I'm working, I want to get there. During those years as a CNA, I could not see the value in what I was doing and what it was doing for me. I couldn't see that I was actively being prepared for who and what I was to become. I only saw the imperfection of my job, the title, the salary, the level of respect that I thought I deserved at the time. But the truth was, I was actually perfectly positioned for what was to come. It wasn't until I became a nurse that I realized that being a CNA was actually absolutely perfect for me during those 5 years. The kind of nurse that I became was an ICU nurse, intensive care. I took care of the sickest people in the hospital. And being a CNA prepared me for that more than school ever did. I learned how to build connections and relationships with my patients and their families. I learned how to take care of my patients beyond their medical needs because I understood the importance of ensuring and maintaining their dignity in their most vulnerable time of their lives. I made sure that I combed their hair, I put chapstick on their lips. These are my patients, not the family members. I kept them neat and clean in the bed. I kept their rooms neat and clean. And it made me a good nurse. And not only by my own standard, but my peers noticed it. The doctors, the physicians, the family members, they noticed the difference. And I can tell you, just FYI, if you're ever in the hospital, if you have a family member, you can tell the nurses that were CNAs versus the nurses that were not. It's evident, okay? But that experience, all of those things that I learned, I didn't learn in nursing school. I learned during my imperfect job as a CNA. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So when I look back and I could see how perfect it really was, my only regret was the struggle. Because had I known then what I know now, I would have stood really tall in that position. And I would have been grateful for what I was doing and how I was doing it, regardless of that salary. The salary will come. But I would have understood in that moment that I'm being prepared. This is part of my process. I would have had many more years, 5 to be exact, more years of joy in my life as opposed to struggle. But haven't we all been there? Haven't we all been there? Haven't we all had been in places, positions, relationships, hoping and striving for a more perfect place, position, or relationship? Haven't we all at some point forgotten that where we are is probably where we once used to want to be? Haven't we all at times forgotten to be grateful for the perfection in the current moment? I believe that most of us have spent some time, and in many cases, long periods of time, where the only thing that we focused on is what wasn't quite right now and what we wanted in the future. But again, if and when we get centered in gratitude and real reflection over our lives, and if we're honest, we can admit that where we currently are is where we once prayed to be years ago. And in those years past, when we were being prepared for who and where we are right now, we have to realize that the visions that we have for our future are very important. We have to have visions. Those visions set us on a path. They give us direction. But the visions are not supposed to be used as a source of anxiety or an excuse not to be grateful with your present circumstances. Where we are right now in this very moment is exactly where we need to be in order to properly prepare for the next version of ourselves. There are no mistakes. There are no purposeless mishaps. Our journey, with all of its twists and turns, imperfections, and even sometimes tragedy, are all part of the process of our preparation and our progress forward. I think we can each agree that there is indeed a process to the development of anything in existence. There's a process to the development. There is always a process. And knowing this and understanding that we are all part of a divine plan for the evolution and an expansion of the universe, we must also know, understand, and trust that everything on our journey is actually a perfect part of our process. There are no mistakes. There are no imperfect choices, places, or people. It's all necessary. It's all preparation. It's all part of our progress, of progression, our progress towards the next version of ourselves, and ultimately the best version of ourselves. And so I want to take a minute and turn to Mr. Ernest Holmes. This is my favorite book too. It's Used and Abused, but I keep it close. I keep it close. This is just a little bit of a longer text that I'm going to read. It's actually chapter 17, page 290, if you want to look at it a little bit later. And I forgot my glasses over there, but I'm going to make it work. These eyes are getting old. But I'm okay. I think I'll manage. All right. It says, in mental work, we must realize that there is one infinite mind, which is consciously directing our destiny. Declare, he says, every day that no mistake has been made, none are being made, and none can be made. Declare also, there is one supreme intelligence which governs, guides, and guards, tells me what to do, when to act, and how to act. Having done this in perfect faith, act in perfect assurance. Declare further, everything necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is mine now. Know it, see it, feel it, be it. A little further down, it says, in scientific practice, to declare that there have been no mistakes in man's consciousness, that if there have been, they are now wiped out. They are done in, there are none, meaning there are no mistakes in the divine plan. And there is no plan for man other than the divine plan. So that text goes on, but that passage goes on, but that paragraph and those words are reminders to us that our contribution to the whole, to the expansion of this universe, is part of the divine plan. And we are constantly being guided and directed, even during the times that we think are imperfect times. We're still being guided and directed and prepared in all of our actions so that we can fulfill our greatest contribution to the universe. The universe is going to get from you what it has invested in you. So it's going to give you everything that you need, but it's a process. And along the process is when we get lost sometimes in our own desires. So along the way, you might not always you might not understand the different parts of your journey. But it's crucial for you to embrace them, for you to enjoy as many of those days as possible, because those are the days of your life, right? We are Well, here's the thing. We are all of us, we want to live our best lives. Is that true? Y'all want to live your best? I know I want to live my best life. I'm trying. We all want to live our best life. And most likely we have a really strong and solid vision of what a best life looks like and feels like. We want freedom. We want to be joyous. We want love. We want to stay in a vibration of gratitude. And I hope that to some degree, we all want to make a difference, make an impact on this world before we leave it. What we have to recognize, though, is that in order to live our best lives, it means that we need to enjoy more of the now. We can't wait for those perfect futures. We can't wait to have everything that we think we want, because honestly, as long as we live, we're going to continue to want. That's part of growing. It's part of our own evolution and expanding. We continue to want to get better and want to achieve more. So just start by embracing the moment of the present. Sounds so easy, right? Just embrace the present, whatever it is, just embrace it. It's important for us to practice patience during our process. So we need to realize that we're in process all the time and then practice patience during our process. It's important for us to understand, appreciate, and embrace life during the processes. The truth is, we'll be in process for most of our lives. There will always be an emerging version of ourselves, right? Always be an emerging version, a newer version of ourselves. So if we spend our entire life gritting our teeth and holding our breath and in that state of flux, how could we ever live our best life? Again, I want to be clear. I want to make this really clear. Having a vision for your future is important. We just need to make sure that we don't use that vision and use those desires for the vision as a source of anxiety and a reason, an excuse not to be grateful in the moment, okay? Our visions are solely meant to be part of our guidance system, guiding us to where we're going. So start now. Always. I think I'll say that each time I'm here. Start now. Don't wait. Start now. Now is your life. Remember that younger version of yourself and remember the hopes and the dreams of that younger person. And realize that many of those hopes and dreams have already been fulfilled. You're just at a new part. You're at a new chapter in your life that you have new hopes and dreams. And that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. But once you remember and you realize that I'm currently living what I wanted to live so long ago, but I'm also striving towards my vision, be grateful for it all. Be grateful for it all so that you can enjoy the moments of that make up your life. Consider how your current circumstances right now are preparing you for that vision. Think about it. Ask yourself the question, where I am now, what I'm experiencing right now going to help me, or how's it going to help me be that person that I'm striving for? There's an answer to that because you are in a process of preparation. You just need to ask the right questions. And then learn to recognize, learn to appreciate, and learn to embrace all of the perfect imperfections that are your life, because they're not going anywhere. All right. You're always going to feel like there's something that should be better or something that you would like to see better. All right. All right. I'm almost done. I just have a little thing I want to read to you that's on my phone. All right. This passage says, the universe is saying, you are here to live a full life that teaches you all the lessons that you need in order to learn, grow, and expand. Move forward on your path with gratitude and love, and with patience, purpose, and confidence. And with that, I say, and so it is. Thank you.
I was going to say, you don't ever have to be scared with us.
Oh, really? You
'Cause we
say that
love
every
you.
time.
I know.
Thank
We
you.
want you to do good. We want you to be here. So thank you so much. Get up here, Carla. Well, it's hard to follow that this little line of mine, but I'm going to try. Okay. Oh yeah, remember this one? We need everybody get involved in this one. Oh, they gotta wake up. Now that you're asleep. Yes. Good grief. Why is that so hard? All right. We're going to wake everybody up and do a song called My God Is So Good to Me. Lead 'em, Lily. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. I'm feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. I'm feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. I'm feeling good down in my soul now. God is so good. My God is so good to me. In my time of trouble, I say, God is so good. What? In my time of trouble, hear me. God is so good. Oh, in my time of trouble, I know God is so good. My God is so good to me. And He's good. In my time of triumph, I say, God is so good. In my time of triumph, I say, God is so good. In my time of triumph, I say, God is so good. My God is so good to me. And when the day is over, I sing, God is so good. Yeah, when the day is over, I sing, God is so good. When the day is over, I sing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Every day and every way, God is so good. Every day and every way, God is so good. Every day and every way, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Every day and every way, God is so good. Oh, every day and every way, God is so good. When I take the time to praise God's Spirit, He's so good. When I take the time to praise God's Spirit, God is so good. My God, praise God's Spirit, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Don't you know, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good. My God is so good. My God is so good to me. Thank you. That was fun. Thank you.
now time for conscious giving to our community. Money is a spiritual activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It is the practice of participating in the circulation of universal good. We have three ways to give here at CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or a check in the envelope found in the bulletin. You can also donate online by accessing your personal Breeze account using the Breeze mobile app on your phone. You can also donate electronically with your phone by using the information found on the back of the bulletin. This information is also being placed in a chat window for our online viewers. If you donate online either using your phone or your Breeze account, please put an online giving card in the collection plate to acknowledge your contribution. If you did not pick one up at the door, you can get one from the usher. All right, now as one consciousness for prosperity, let us say together, freely I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well.
Freely I give, freely I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Freely I give, freely I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly, lovingly I give, lovingly I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Consciously, consciously I give, consciously I give, giving from my heart and from my soul.
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. All right, now it's time for announcements. Our speaker next Sunday will be Reverend Merle Means, who comes to us from SLCA. We are looking forward to another interesting and inspiring message. Our midweek refresher study group meets every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. We are currently reading and discussing Your Mind Can Heal You by Frederick Bales. If anyone would like prayer support, please see our practitioner, Shauna, after the service, and you can use the privacy of the office for a prayer treatment. Also, we have prayer cards over by the credenza. If you fill one out and put it in the white box, the cards will be collected at the end of the service, and the treatment will be done for you during the week. And also, please connect with us on all of our social media platforms. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. The more you connect, the more visible we will be to others. And now for our closing affirmation. Let us stand, please. We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good comes from us. Only good comes to us. And so it is.
So we're going to form a circle now for the peace song. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my song. Moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it is with me. Did he do good or what?